Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without lead. This is Whitmore. Paul and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ballchat. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ballchat, a final show of 2023. My name is Benton, along with the family, engineer, my brethren, Junior, George. How you doing, sir?
Well, I'm good in Benton, and first of all, Happy New Year. This is the show's fifth year in existence, and
is it
going on strong?
Is it 5 years already?
5 years. We started 2018.
Wow,
5
time
years.
flies.
25th year. Yeah, but it definitely been fun, and but I don't know, for me, this year we'll talk about it.
What? Carry on. Continue.
We'll talk about it.
Junior, speaking of Ballchat and its fifth year, I guess we're wrapping our fifth year, but I mean, I noticed the captains, was the Captains 2 was released on Netflix. Captains of the World with Messi. Of course, for those of you who don't know, Ballchat was involved in Captains 1. That was also on Netflix, Captains 2. Regin, did the people link you for Captains 2?
No, sir. Nobody linked me for Captains 2. And I guess since it's a new year, we're entering a new year, I guess we can pull the curtain back. Because we pulled the curtain back before. But our experience on the big screen is a learning experience. We learned a lot on the big screen of what to do or what not to do, right? And the next time we get an opportunity, we will take the opportunity with making better decisions.
Going forward. Big up to football family. Check it out. Captains of the World is now available on Netflix. Big up to the production company, Fullwell Productions out in the UK for doing that work. They have Messi, CR7, Mbappe and the likes in the second one, now running on Netflix. They have Messi, CR7 and the likes and the entire big ballers. All right, now to today's show. It's been a long time. We were away for last weekend's show. My family, do you have a festive period? How is the family doing? You guys enjoy your rum cake and sorrel and all those things as Jamaicans would partake of during the Christmas period?
Well, I never partake in it because I am taking my health more serious. Got too much people around me I drop out, man.
Fair enough, yeah.
No sweets for me. And Dotty's thinking Manchester United just bet my Christmas period. I just happy to Christmas come and God.
All right, football family, big up. Yeah, it was a good run, good vibes. Enjoy the company. You know, it was always good. I think anytime with Christmas in Jamaica, I mean, it's not a big man of Babylon holiday, but I give thanks for the opportunity to build a vibes with friends and family. So big up to all the ones. Big up to all the ones and ones.
Oh wait, so you ate a lot of rum cake?
Yeah, man. Now I'm telling you, man, eat rum cake left, right, and center, man. But just like you, I have to take this health thing seriously too.
But we are getting old, and I know what that's going to be probably one of the theme of the show from my perspective today is the wisdom you get when you get older.
Yeah. I have to take the health thing seriously. Mr. Man normally would eat at least one whole rum cake by myself during this period. So you don't know, and usually my people at Jamaica, she big on the baking thing, but you don't know, we have to move better. We not play Sunday football as we usually do, so we have to, take our health more seriously. All right, big up to the family. We picked up a lot of new subscribers this year, and big up. Thank you always. Big up for joining the family. Big up to BM, always seeing you running in. Big up, family. BM says, Ballchat, big up. Happy New Year when it forward. aka when it reach. All right, Ballers and Bugs segment. We're going to highlight the impressive players of the week. And I don't know if we have any bugs. Maybe it's a festive period and junior part bugs. I don't know. But if we have any bugs, send them on impressive players. We're also going to discuss European Court of Justice and European Super League, and an important ruling by the European Court of Justice while we were away. We'll get our thoughts on that and what will happen. What the outlook for football in the landscape of things with the European Court of Justice ruling on the European Super League and UEFA and FIFA. We'll also get our thoughts on discussion in Argentina around retiring the number 10. One Mr. Lionel Messi retires. Word is from Claudio Tapia, president of Football Federation of Argentina. They are considering, or they will retire the number 10 once Mr. Lionel Messi retires. That's courtesy of the BBC and other sources. So we'll get our thoughts on that. And we'll discuss Jamaican football at the end. Election will come. We'll get our thoughts on the election around the corner. And other news, we'll update Jamaican Premier League as some games are wrapping up. We'll get our thoughts on the score and the landscape of things on Jamaican football. And highlight Jamaican footballers. Bunny Shaw, Leon Bailey, big up on yourself. Exceptional year. All right, ballers for you, Junior. Who you have?
You know, you brought up Leon Bailey. Since the last time we spoke, Leon Bailey has seemed to hit a purple patch. Leon Bailey seemed to enjoy his football under Unai Emery. So I forget Leon Bailey and not Aston Villa, but Leon Bailey is playing some good football. The man that has scored the most goals this year, Cristiano Ronaldo, the most goals in the calendar year this year. I think he scored like 56 or 57 goals. I mean, look, yes, I'm a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. No, I don't think the Saudi League is top tier. But when you score that amount of goals in a year, a 12-month period, it has to be celebrated. Big up to Harry Kane, that was close in the running. Big up to Kylian Mbappe, that was close in the running. But Ronaldo, you have to big up Ronaldo too. Wonderful achievement this year. Whole heap of goal the man scored Benton for club and country. The man can't stop score. Also, I have to give it to Sean Dyche. And this is kind of a mid-season, full year kind of award, or baller, whatever. But Sean Dyche and Everton, we chronicled it and talk about getting the 10-point reduction and finding a way to getting above board. I feel hats off to him too as well. I hate that number. I have some bugs to talk about.
Big up Dalton Stewart. Dalton running in. Dalton said, yo, Ballers, Bailey, West Ham, Fulham, and you know Liverpool. Liverpool not even play yet. Liverpool's scheduled to play at Newcastle, but them on their forward, YNWA, never walk alone. Ballers, routine ballers for Liverpool fans. BM says, ball of the week, Leon Bailey. And BM are running with them bugs already. So we'll highlight the bugs in a few minutes here. Leon Bailey, cannot emphasize. I think it's somewhere in the vicinity of 11 goals. Impressive. I mean, the youth is hitting the high notes in the EPL. So ball of the week, man. Outstanding. Another goal yesterday again. Another goal this weekend for Aston Villa, and it's a team that doesn't have depth. So you see in the usual suspects playing game in and game out, and Leon Bailey still staying at the high level, playing some good football. So big up youth. Kidisha Bonisha, we're gonna do a 2023 year recap, maybe sometime this week or next weekend. But we'll give Bonisha a ball of the week, finishing the leading goal scorer at the top at the 2023 for the Women's Super League. So we have to give our ball of the week. Goal scorers have to big them up. And Paulinia in Fulham's midfield.
Yes.
This youth is on the verge of a Bayern Munich move. Bayern Munich tried to secure his services in the summer at the last final transfer deal. It didn't happen. We expect Bayern Munich to go back for him this January as the transfer window open tomorrow. If this is his last game in a Fulham shirt, big up yourself because João Palhinha is an absolute baller, industrious, hard-working midfielder, impressive in that Fulham midfield. We could have big up a lot of other players, a lot of other teams, but we just going to leave it right there so and just highlight the bugs. Bugs of the week, family.
Yeah, for me, I start off with the Super League. The Super League conglomerate. I don't want to point to one person, but the conglomerate, the people, the brains behind, are the lack of brains behind the Super League concept. I will talk about that, but them get bug of the week for me. Also, it's the coaches. We'll talk about coaches later. But it's the Arteta, Unai Emery, and Ten Hag, distant Ten Hag. I want to put them in a bag, tie the bag, and just throw them in the bug pile. For they got exposed during the festive season. I think Klopp, Klopp and Pep show why they are top class during a time like this. This is a time when coaches make a difference in games, and all these teams that are called Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Manchester United, I put it at the feet of the coaches. And we know people that say Aston Villa, them the second of the league. We'll soon talk about that. But bugs of the week for them too, man. I like that for me with bugs, but definitely, the Argentina thing, we'll soon talk about the Argentina number, jersey, whatever. If you are watching Ballchat right now, or if you are watching the recorded show, I'm going to start 2024 the right way. If you don't like that I'm giving you bug of the week, if you support that argument, you're an idiot. And we'll talk about that later. Ballchatpodcast@gmail.com if you want to send hate mail. But you are a damn idiot if you support what the Argentina president or whoever the hell they want to do. Stick to the show. We'll soon talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah, man, light a fire at the end of 2023. Yeah, Pierre shooting. BM says bug of the week, the entire Manchester United team. Dalton says bugs got to be the VAR and me have beat them bad from the non-penalty handball call for Liverpool against Arsenal. Then the same handball call in another game was given, I think it was Chelsea game, plus Arsenal as the elephant falling off the limb. Yo, is it the same referee, Dalton? It's the same VAR. So Dalton, Dalton is given the bug of the week to
that's
VAR
a good question, Benton.
The handball call. And I don't know if it's the same official, but an official awarded the penalty against Chelsea. Is that what we're doing? Junior, is that what you gather from it?
That's a good question if it's the same VAR ref. I am curious to know if it's the same VAR ref.
BM says those are the views of Junior, not Ballchat. Exactly.
I don't look at my views yet.
Exactly. The previous comments by Junior regarding those who endorse or support the Argentinian Federation move to retire Mr. Messi's number 10, as they put it. Junior said them an idiot. Those are the views of Junior, not Ballchat. Ballers and bug segment. My bug of the week. There are a few people who could have highlighted, but we're just going to keep it moving. It's a festive football period. I watch a lot of football games this period, so it was great watching football games. Arsenal is always easy target. The question I have though is this coronation of Cole Palmer. I saw on NBC's EPL Mornings, the host Rebecca Lowe, big up yourself. She's exceptional at her job. Tim Howard, excellent goalkeeper, also an analyst on the CM program. And I think Hickenbottom was the other brother. What name? Hickenbottom or whatever his name. Big up yourself. Yo, Rebecca asked the host, the co-host, who they given the ball of the year, the season, the player of the season award so far in the EPL. And Tim Howard, with a straight face, forward and said Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, Tim Howard is giving Cole Palmer the player of the season so far in the Premier League. Cole Palmer is a lot of talent, has a lot of talent, he has potential, but there's no way that youth is player of the season so far. That's bug of the week move from Tim Howard. Him know better. Tim Howard's supposed to know better. Dalton Sewell says, Junior, I really agree with you, but that's a madness by Argentina Federation. And I'm the biggest Tina fan. A man said biggest. All right, let's get to football results. Festive football period, Junior. A long time we're not there, but we just run through it and get it out of the way. In fact, let's start all the way back from the 26th and work our way forward. Junior.
God have mercy.
26, 27, 28. A lot of games on the dock. Manchester United, massive comeback against Arsenal, against Aston Villa, Junior. That's probably was the result of that. And then Arsenal, West Ham also was probably the two biggest results during the midweek period. Your thoughts on those two? And any others?
I'm Brighton beating Spurs. Nottingham Forest beating Newcastle 3-1. I mean, all right. You see, when you look at the games that went over the festive period, and I'm kind of happy that we didn't have Ballchat Christmas week, because we get a chance now to decompress from all of these schedules or all of these games that the teams played. Last week, I would have come on and said, Manchester United is back, blah, 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 blah. And then this week, we just gotta fall off the precipice, right? Arsenal struggled right through. Tottenham struggled to get a head kick off and then forward back and recovered. So you have to look now and say, okay. Remember the earlier start of the show, I said, as I get older, your perspective change, right? And for me, my perspective of the sport is changing, is evolving. And players are responsible for the results that happen on the field. Coaches are responsible for getting the players prepared and in the right frame of mind and in the right position to get the results on the field, the desired results on the field. I am willing to argue that in the English Premier League, this festive schedule is when a coach really proves that he can coach. Is when a coach really show that, look, I can adjust based on the situation that I get from my team and also that I get from the other team. Not only because of the schedule crunch, but this is a time when teams separate themselves in the top half of the table. And this is also the time when this is the movement time when the relegation teams them start saying, okay, for the next 2 or 3 months, this is the type of football we're going to play, right? So if you're a coach, you have to navigate these. And when you look at these scores, Benton, one thing it showed me is that the coaching in the Premier League has gone down. It has gone down. Klopp and Pep are standard bearers, right? But the next level after that is beer idiot.
Yeah,
is beer fools.
All right. You have two. It's just like back in idea when Barcelona and Real Madrid are the standard bearers in world football. And a man said we are two team leagues or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Don't do that, Benton.
If you take those Barcelona and Real Madrid teams and drop them anywhere in our world, them are big teams. I think if you take Klopp and Pep and drop them anywhere in our world, them are big coach. So, I mean, I don't know if the coaching has gone down. It's just that these two men are just exceptional, like those generational Barcelona and Real Madrid teams when they dominated football across our landscape.
All right, fair enough, and that's a very fair comment, and I won't argue that, right? It's just that the perspective, though, because I have to ask myself, what could have really transpired at Old Trafford, and then 4 or 5 days later, what happened at Nottingham Forest? How you explain that? What could have transpired when Brighton ran Tottenham off the field, and then Tottenham come around or turn around and drop up with a 3 or 4? How you the players are, we are all human beings, and players are emotional. I think the measure of a coach is being able to separate the emotional aspects of the game and emotional effects of the game and become more cerebral. That's where football is going right now. Football is going on the blackboard and then take it off the blackboard and put it on the field.
It's the electronic devices, Junior, not blackboard anymore.
Well, that even make it worse, because now we have videos in 4D and you can watch in full HD. If you're an Arsenal fan, or if you are an Aston Villa fan, and everybody sit down and watch Aston Villa and saying, why is Aston Villa playing a high line? You are up 2-0. Why are you playing a high line? You're up a goal, and you're up a man against who them beat
Burnley.
Yeah. You're up a goal and a man. Why are you still playing a high line? Why you still attack you like this? If everybody can sit down and watch it, you have to ask yourself, what am I seeing? What are these coaches that get paid so much money seeing? Or what is the perspective them have sitting on the sideline? Or how them and them assistant coaches can sit? That's my takeaway from the festive week. Because
I would love to debate you on the Unai Emery thing. In fact, we had an off-the-channel discussion about Unai Emery, but I don't even know if we have enough time here. But I will try to see if I can offer a bit of explanation regarding Forest. And, you said regarding Manchester United, awesome comeback against Aston Villa, then ran up into Nottingham Forest and got them belly drop. Is it a situation where Nottingham Forest with Nuno Santos is this honeymoon period? He won against Newcastle, and here it is at home now. The vibes is excellent in terms of this new coach energy, right? Is that a potential that's happening with Forest right now? So maybe that will explain some of the situation that happened with Manchester United yesterday.
All right, yes, but we're not talking the result. I'm talking the performance.
Performance, okay.
So Liverpool. When you play Liverpool, if you beat Liverpool or Liverpool win, they play the same way. You just have to go beat them on them day, right?
Yeah.
You're very rarely come on and you very rarely hear Dalton say Salah wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah.
You really hear him say Trent Arnold passes were off, right? So you have to sit down now and say, is it the players or is it the coach? Now you see Klopp sit down and take a non-midfield. We sit down and talk about Liverpool's non-midfield and look at what they are still doing. So you haven't said this is where the coach make a difference. With you and Emery, and even with Tottenham too, with Tottenham coach, you have to sit down now and say, okay, coach, you are performing above board. No, cannot sneak up on anybody. We know what Brighton offer. How are you going to attack? Oh no, we're going to run at Brighton. We're going to play heavy metal football against Brighton. Everybody sit down and look at it like, what are you doing, dude? You're playing into their hands. Aston Villa dashed for the game against Manchester United. Yeah, it's just Chelsea is a whole other ball of wax. Pochettino, to me, he has gone down in the coaching rankings for me, to be honest.
Well, maybe he was never that good.
Possibly.
I mean, all right, Pochettino, and I've watched him from Espanyol, Chelsea aside. He coached at Espanyol in La Liga. He did a short stint with my team, Southampton, and then he went to Spurs. I mean, it's a brother who needs time. And even with time, it doesn't mean I'm going to win you any trophy.
True.
But ultimately what he will do, Chelsea will be competitive. They'll win some football games, but ultimately they're not going to win the Premier League. Pochettino is not a Premier League trophy winning brother. I mean, so I guess the objective is for him is to kind of be that bridge to whosoever is going to be the winning manager at this club. you know.
And yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe that is their measure.
Yeah, maybe true. Other results. Let's Aston Villa side. Excellent year for Unai Emery and his charge. I mean, excellent year for them. Arsenal, brother, and this result at Fulham. Is it too easy? You know, there are pundits who saying that they need a striker. You know, I think Jamie Beckford, a few at the BBC, the Sky Sports desk were saying that Arsenal needs to go out. Is it a problem with a striker situation? If we look at the stats, they're scoring less goals than they did last year at the same time period. So statistically, things are not going as well as they would. I'm not saying that they're not conceding the same amount of goals. What do you attribute the issue to with Arsenal currently?
Coaching.
So it's not a personal problem.
No, and it's not X's and O's either. I don't think it's X's and O's. I think it's personality. I think it is your approach. There are some. All right, we saw a game. I don't remember who City was playing against because there's so many games that happened, and they had their comeback. And
was it against Everton? So they played Everton.
The Everton game. Yes. And this is the Everton that is flying high. Now, we know Everton couldn't beat City. And that wasn't the expectation, right? But when the game started playing, Everton score, it was like, yo, this is possible, right? City don't have De Bruyne, City don't have Haaland. This is possible. And you saw the approach that Man City had. And in my opinion, what resonated off the field into my eyes was these players said, we're not losing this game. We're just not losing. Pep, and the commentator said at one time, Pep is normally an animated coach. He is even more animated now. But this happened before Foden scored, where he willed his team to go and take the lead and win the game. We cannot lose the game. You don't see that from Arteta. You literally see Arteta on the field like this. And him tighten up himself like him is Pep. Or like how Pep used to look at Bayern Munich or at Barca and players feed off that. You know, there's a show. It's a show similar to Hard Knocks that is on Peacock right now that chronicled Burnley's run into the period. I don't know if you watch an episode yet, Benta.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched it, but I think it's crossing to Burnley or something is the name of it. Yeah.
Look at how Vincent Kompany interact with that team. And look at how Vincent Kompany interact with Burnley even after them lose a game. You still see him run up, you still see him hugging players and say, oh, don't worry about it, keep yourself, keep going. But look at his animation on the sideline. Look at his... So what I'm saying is his sideline demeanor is also what he is behind closed doors. We see that on camera, right? Klopp's sideline demeanor, I am willing to bet, is the same thing we see behind closed doors. Where you see him run on him, big teeth, them and laugh him happy. Pep is very articulate, very animated. I guarantee he's the same way behind closed doors. Arsenal, I guarantee that's why Arteta is behind closed doors. I remember last year, around this time, Arsenal was in, I think, 3 or 4 trophy race. And every time they get knocked out of one, what did the Arsenal fans come on the show and say? Oh, you know, we have bigger fish to fry. We have bigger fish
high aspirations. Yeah,
you remember?
Yeah,
so it's the same crap now this year. When do we say as Arsenal or as Arteta, when do you get up and say, this is unacceptable? We can't lose to Fulham. We cannot lose to Fulham. Watch out with the Premier League. There's no way we lose it to Fulham. No way. And I don't see it on the field.
And the show, big up to Jermaine Levy. Jermaine says, hugging players now win game. Big up to the family. Yo, the show on Peacock is Mission to Burnley, not Crossing to Burnley. I said it incorrectly. Junior, I hear what you say. Is it a situation with Arsenal where it's just young growing pains with young managers? All right, Mikel Arteta for that, yes, he's a few years into this Arsenal role, right? But this is his first big coaching job. I'm not trying to make no excuses for him, right? But ultimately, the big managers in this business, you kind of see them go through a progression through their career. With Pep, he coached Barcelona B. He kind of sat back, watched Frank Rijkaard's thing at Barcelona and wait his turn and then jump up into that team. Jurgen Klopp cut his teeth at Mainz for years, then got Dortmund, and then... So, is it a growing pain with a young manager, Mikel Arteta, knowing that he doesn't have the winning experience in that squad? None of them man don't have a whole heap of victory or trophies behind the name. And B, it's not like Arteta has a winning experience behind his name either. So when the chips are down, when the real Gideon are gone, who do they look to kind of guide them through that thing? Is it just a growing pain with a young manager?
All right, so let's dissect that argument. So you talk about the young manager, right? And you said that Pep was groomed before he got the big job, right? Arteta was groomed before he got the big job. So let's throw that out the window. That's the first point. The second point that you said, which is a valid point, is a young manager and he must go through the growing pains, right? Xavi Alonso is in Germany right now, leading Bundesliga as a young manager.
Not yet.
It doesn't matter. He's leading the Bundesliga, and they look formidable again. And Bayern Munich is a bigger spending money. The ratio of money spent. Arsenal is trailing Aston Villa right now in the Premier League. Look at the money. Aston Villa sent away Coutinho, who was probably their most recognizable talented baller to Saudi Arabia on loan, while Arsenal brought in Declan Rice and company. So no, so we'll dash that one out the argument as well. The other one you said to was what is that? So it's a young coach cutting your teeth.
I think successful managers, whether you look at the generals in the business, them cut them teeth. And them go through struggles.
Sorry, that one too. That you said none of the players on the field.
Yes, none of them have no winning. There's no winning experience. There's a bunch of trophies behind none of them better your name.
So guess what? Right down the road, Leicester City. What is in the Premiership is in the relegated now. Leicester City, when they had their run, they had Wes Morgan and Robert Huth. Them had Jamie Vardy that was bagging groceries playing non-divisional football 2 years before. So the argument about that it's all valid arguments in the bedtime. But at some point, the Arsenal fan have to get up and I made this argument to you, and I want to ask. I'm gonna ask a question because I want to know if the people agree with me. If you give Arsene Wenger this Arsenal team this year, Arsenal run away with the league.
No,
that is
I
my
don't
opinion.
think so.
If you give Arsene Wenger this Arsenal team and a summer to prepare them, him run away with the league.
No, I don't think so.
That's my opinion. That is how, to me, that is how wide the gap is for Arteta to a big coach. If you give Pep this Arsenal team, him run away with the league.
No, I don't think so.
If you give Klopp this Arsenal team, him run with the league.
I don't think so. And here's my thing. I mean, the Arsenal team is blessed with talent, but talent no win trophies, no brother. I used to call Kevin De Bruyne a soft soap baller until him grow some cojones. Martin Odegaard is a general talent from Real Madrid. Watching from youth days. He's the captain of this team. But when the real Gideon start, a.k.a. when you are battling against teams that are equal to you, that are saying that you will not pass, then it requires a different level of fight. And skills and talent is not just about... You have to have that kind of like that dog in you sort of mentality for push these teams aside. And I think that Arsenal team is great at passing ball around and playing finesse football, but if they get thump in their mouth or aka slap across the face, who is gonna be that fighter and then execute for this team? I don't know. Whereas the other championship teams around them, the Liverpools and the Man Cities around them, they said, yo, you can thump we, but we'll come back at you again. I'm not convinced that, and maybe this is part of the growing pains of trying to win a title. You have to go through it, and then you suffer through it, and then you find a way, you trip, fall, and win something, and then you can build on that.
I'm big up Jeremy, and Jeremy said he's groomed by Wenger. That's the other argument to the grooming. Arteta was groomed by Wenger and Pep. So throw that out the other. Adrian, big up Adrian. Adrian said it's not the coach, it's the players. So if I remember the people, hit the subscribe button. Adrian, hit the subscribe button real quick. Does it? Hit the subscribe button if you're joining the show for the first time. But those are valid arguments, and it's just my perspective. And what I am seeing, I am trying to articulate what I am seeing and saying to myself, what is the explanation? What is the reason for this?
But I think these things goes hand in hand. They're hand in hand because players and teams take on the personality of their manager. Yes. Man City is an embodiment of Pep Guardiola. They reflect Pep Guardiola. And if any man don't want to adhere to Pep standard or Pep requirements when them a player, them can go through the door. Jurgen Klopp is the same thing. So I think it's a similar. Winning managers or coaches in general, or leaders in general, have certain standards that they set on their team or certain personality. And Mikel Arteta has to find a way to kind of instill some dog in this team. Now, short term, there's a lot of discussion. I know Manchester United is up. There's this proposal or discussions about getting Ivan Toney. Is it a striker situation? Should they go and get a striker?
And who the hell is Ivan Toney? Seriously.
No, but I think it's when you listen to Robbie Earl and Alan Shearer and the ex players in this business, a lot of them fundamentally believe that Arsenal is a 9 away from truly competing with the likes of Liverpool and Man City. And there's some truth to it, right? Because when you look at Man City's front three, right? The front, you have the big Norwegian who has scored goals the front and center. This brother has been absent for how many games and is still leading the league. You have Julian Alvarez has a very good backup scorer at 5 or 6 goals. Then you look over at Liverpool, you have the Egyptian king, and you have the bug Darwin Núñez and Jota, and so you have teams that you are competing with for a title that has a lethal top end, whereas you, Saka, I heard a stat the other day said Gerard Bowen of West Ham scored 11 goals so far, had scored more goals than Saka, than Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus combined thus far in the EPL.
Saka, that Saka argument. I think Arteta, is shielding some of these. Arteta's inability or Arteta's whatever it is that makes him polarized or make him be a lightning rod for these criticism is shielding Saka and company. I agree. Look, I agree with you. If you give Arsenal a potent striker, they are going to be better, right? So they are. And how many points is this potent striker worth? Now, when we were looking at Man City, in between, oh my God, why am I forgetting this? The Argentina striker right now. When drop out of brother with a heart condition?
So Aguero.
Yeah. Between Aguero and Haaland, everybody was saying Man City is a striker away from being real Champions League contenders, right? And they went out and they got Erling Haaland. a proven goal scorer. Now, if people are saying the same thing for Arsenal right now, which, look, yes, you give Arsenal a striker that is going to punt in 20 goals in a year, they are guaranteed at least 9 extra points. That is a fair enough statement, right? But that would paper over the cracks. That would paper over the real issues. Because you got Haaland. Haaland was what was missing for Man City, right? But then you lose Gundogan, you lose Fernandinho, then Kevin De Bruyne now seems like a soft soap baller that you talked about from before. And yeah, I'm not kicking the injured while he's down, but I'm calling a spade a spade. It is what it is. If you put a big strike on Arsenal right now, it will paper over Arteta's inabilities to make game day adjustments. Arteta's inability to find that little gem when him already have on the bench or find that little master stroke. You see, Adrian says that the coach, it's the players. Fine. Give them a big striker and you'll paper over the cracks.
Yeah, at some point, I mean, Pep Guardiola did won that EPL with Phil Foden scoring a bag of goals, Gundogan scoring from deep in Falls 9 row. Mikel Arteta, but you have, as you said at the beginning of this conversation, you have two managers that are just generals. And
right.
It's Jurgen Klopp and Pep, and the others are just try to reach them standard. We'll see what happens with Arteta. Arteta said after the Fulham defeat, he says, quote, "We weren't good enough, simple as that. We lost a game the other day we fully deserved to win, but today we were nowhere near the level defensively. We were second best." He said they lost a game the other day they deserved to win. That's the game against West Ham he was talking about. I mean, Junior, what is this just coaches speak or is this BS I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of coaches speak. I think it's the modern day footballers, okay. And you cannot throw them under the bus or they're going to get their little feelings hurt. That's possible because anybody with sense never said that. If you not go truthfully, a non-coach won't get out and say, even though West Ham ran us off the field, we were the better team on the day. Nobody never said that. Those coaches alone said that. They're protecting the players.
Now to your team, Manchester United. Mixed week. But update us on this takeover by Jim Ratcliffe and how does this affect this club going forward?
Ratcliffe? Yeah, go ahead.
Or whatever them name. In the house or whatever group.
Yeah.
And does this have any impact on transfer business in the January window? And what does Eric Ten Hag, is his tenure safe? Is he unsafe? What does it mean for them going in this January window?
That's a whole heap of question.
All right, 2 minutes, brother.
It's a day by day. It's day by day. It's game by game. Long story short, Jim Ratcliffe bought 25% stake in Manchester United, and also within that 25%, Ineos is now responsible for all football-related decisions, right? The local idiot, the way the Glazers family, because there's multiple siblings that own stocks in Manchester United, and they still own, I think, 51% as a conglomerate. So it's not it's not Joel Glazer or which Glazer. It's like 4 or 5 of them or something like that who own each pieces of the 51%, and then they all make one decision. So what happened now is that Jim Ratcliffe come in and say, I'm taking over all football decisions. That's what my 25% stake gets me. And all on-field decisions and anything football-related go through me and my company. What does that mean for the coaching? What does that mean for the transfer window? What I mean for the transfer window's open tomorrow, and Jim Ratcliffe there's still delays in him taking over. So obviously nothing going to happen in the transfer window. Probably they're going to move Sancho on to a loan or something. That's reportedly. But they are coming in, they're going to take over. Now, Ineos, they are tied to Potter, and they were tied. They're Brighton's current football director was also under Ineos or through Ineos management. So they are very well connected. And Ten Hag said them start work with them on Manchester United. Now, as for Ten Hag, the dumbest decision yesterday in the game was substituting Mino out and putting McTominay in. I watched both goals again. Both goals came off the player that McTominay was supposed to be backing. I mean, it's just stupid coaching. Things like those can cost him his job because Potter is still out there, and Potter reportedly turned down the Nice job, waiting to hear what happened at Manchester United. So if you put all the dots together, more than likely Potter is going to be Manchester United coach next season.
It's rough. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. The ratification of the 25% ownership is, I think they said it's approximately 6 weeks away, the next meeting. So you don't expect Jim to be involved in this transfer window starting tomorrow, do you, Jim?
No, you don't expect Manchester United to be involved in the transfer window.
Okay, all right.
Ratcliffe is still making the decisions.
Okay.
That part is already done, but he has to bring in his own scouts. Now, scouts have to come in, the new director have to come in, and then the direction where the team is going. Some have to go interview the coach, interview the players. There's a lot that needs to happen. And honestly, I think it's for the best. You don't go in the January transfer window is not the window you go and make game-changing transfers. It just doesn't happen. Summer is when you can make more sensible negotiations. So wherever Man U fall, as long as them don't get relegated this year, everything will be all right.
Everything will be all right. All right, God go with it now. Conclusion of 2023, we didn't have this on the bingo card. Liverpool sitting at the top. They have a game tomorrow against Newcastle. Let's see if they will start 2024, wrap up the first day of 2024. I think regardless of tomorrow's result, they still will be at the top, providing that Newcastle butter brews them.
But Man City have a game in hand.
Huh?
But Man City has a game in hand, though.
Yeah, but I mean, until that Man City game is played. But your assessment of the table, impressive. I want to say to Liverpool fans, big up on yourself, but I noticed there were some comments the other day from some Liverpool fans linked me forward and said that Endo was excellent and blah, blah, blah. And this was after the game against Burnley. I think he was very good in that game, but I wouldn't evaluate Endo's importance to Liverpool in a game against Burnley. Endo in the whole for Liverpool real be tested against the big dogs around them. That's my measure of his importance for Liverpool.
But his importance to Liverpool though is that until you get to the big dogs, Endo's performance keeps you buoyed or keeps you above board. So when you get to that big dog though your big dogs them can now take the reins.
Providing that they're healthy. Thiago Alcantara is supposed to be back training. Mohamed Salah is going to be leaving for AFCON in a few implications for this on Liverpool family.
I every year we say Liverpool eroding, Liverpool is rotting from the core, blah, 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 and then prove me wrong. I expect Liverpool to just keep going. All right, take out Salah, you plug in Gakpo, right? And you might not get the same on-field production from Gakpo that you will get from Salah, but where he will come up short, Liverpool has the manpower and the coaching to make up for that, right? And everybody just lift a little extra and carry upon your back. I expect Liverpool to keep going. I don't know if they will win the league, but I expect Liverpool to keep going.
Anything else you want to highlight in the table? And subsequently, the Afghan impact on these teams in the table. You have Kudus going for Ghana. So West Ham will lose him. Man
Onana.
City, most notably, will not have any players missing for Afghan. I wonder why. Chelsea will lose Nicholas Jackson, providing that he is healthy. I guess Chelsea same can go on.
Yeah.
Arsenal will lose Mohamed El Nene, but he's not really playing. So
I think Everton losing Onana is the biggest.
we have Manchester United not losing their Onana.
We'll be happy. But the biggest, I think Everton Onana is going, right?
I think Amadou Onana, I'm not sure. I thought he's a Belgian player.
He's Belgian? I thought he was going. Who Everton? I think Everton losing somebody for Afghan. Not Onana then.
I'll pull it up in a second. But
because I think that would be the big whoever Everton lose. Because Everton is in a relegation fight right now. And I think that one will be big. Is it? It's not Onana. Idris a guy.
Oh yeah, but him, man, I can't go sit down. I all for that. Yeah, Idris a guy. And notice most notably, he wasn't on the field yesterday either. So I can't hold a seat. Yeah, but he serviced heavily in that midfield for them.
Yeah. So you have to. I mean, to me, Everton and Liverpool, because losing Salah is going to be something. And Partey going for Arsenal. Is he going? I don't know.
He's in the squad, to my understanding. I think he was selected by coach Chris Hutton, who was the coach. So what is going on with Thomas Partey? Is he injured or not? What's the situation?
I have no idea. He's set out to sea.
Adrian Rogers says City take what we can, leave nothing behind. This Afghan period is probably set up quite well for Man City. I mean, the mere fact that they're getting players healthy and they're not missing anyone in this into the African Cup of Nations. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, Mbomo is injured, so he's going to be out for a while with Fulham. With Brentford, Fulham will meet Iobi and Bassi. So other thing that stood out for you at the table, family.
Aston Villa, can they maintain? Now that Aston Villa got through the festive season, can they maintain? They still have European football, right? I think so. Yes.
Yes, they're playing in that.
Yeah.
So what would you do if you're Unai Emery? I mean, you've pretty much secured. So would you focus on trying? I mean, knowing your squad depth is an issue. Knowing that you have an history of winning European competitions, second-tier European competitions. I mean, he will win you one of these European leagues. Give him, not the Champions League, of course. Is it too much to ask this year that Aston Villa could take? Well, I think they're in the conference champion. Could take the European conference title.
Yeah, but I don't think that give you automatic Champions League, right?
League spot.
No, so Champions League is I'm playing money football.
While trying to still get a top four in the
top four is my only thing.
Okay.
We can play this conference foolishness and just to stay fit. But top four is my priority. I want to play Champions League football. I don't want you have Arsenal, Man City, Spurs chasing you right now. Right? I don't want to give up top four.
Yeah, but is it somewhat inevitable, Junior?
I think it is, but how do you approach this? Because if I am Unai Emery, I'll have to sit down and think hard. If Chelsea comes calling next year, if Manchester United comes calling next year, if Inter Milan comes calling next year, AC Milan, is Aston Villa a better destiny? Is Aston Villa a better coaching spot? Right? If I think it is, then I'm going to go for the top four. I'm trying to get Champions League football. I'm trying to bring in the money so I can build my side. If I think there are more prestigious teams out there that I can get the opportunity to coach, then me go for the trophy. I add to my CV. So his reaction this year, I think, will tell a lot of where he sees himself the next 2-3 years.
Next 2 years. All right. Yeah. Afghan Cup of Nations family. A long time we don't do Ballchat and we get a chance to reason about football games. Afghan Cup of Nations kicking off Saturday, January 13th in the Ivory Coast. One of those tournaments we look forward to. Junior, some players now make the cut, brother. You're a big baller, Chopper Moteng, Screw, Angry, well, not necessarily screwing. They left him out of the team. Rigobert Song didn't select him for that Cameroonian outfit. Family going with a 17-year-old instead to lead the line. And old Vincent Abubakar. Are you surprised by that one, family?
Hell yeah, them leave out Troublemaker. Why would they leave out Troublemaker? I mean, but you know, I shouldn't be surprised because if there's one team, Cameroon, for the last, I want to say 5 years, ever since Eto'o get the big seat up at the top. And there's beer scandal. And it's been nothing but drama. So it's just add this extra drama to it. Like Cameroon might go out there and just wet the bed. If Onana can't keep for Manchester, what do you expect? Come on now.
What are you looking for? The football family will give you wall-to-wall coverage of these. This tournament once it kicks off. We'll also give you updates on the squads. Hopefully we'll get some reports from the motherland and watch the games. Of course, watch the football games. What are you looking forward to in this tournament? And you have a favorite that you would like to see win this thing, family?
I have no favorite in the Afghan. I just enjoy African. I know what? These are the views of Judah Prigler, not the views of Ballchat. Benton, every African footballer will be wild. So you know the game them will go wild. You know you're going to see some...
The tackling?
Crazy tackles.
The tackling.
And flair and skill. That's what I am expecting to see. I'm expecting to see a young baller from I don't know. I don't even know the baller. But I expect to see a young baller rise out of the Afghan and make him name and get recognized and get a chance to change his whole generation. I want to see a couple of that. I want to see the eyes of the world go to Afghan and say, you know what? I like what I'm seeing here. This wild football, this crazy people in the stands, this all of these theatrics and all of these costumes. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm giving the perspective of the non-African world. However they approach it, I want them to love what they see and go out there and say, yo, you know what? I'll invest some money in this product. That's what me wants to bet. I don't care who win. I just want to see some good football, entertaining football. I want to see some crunching tackles. That's what I want to say. And no corruption. I don't want to see no penalty shootout and a ball a kick and the ball go over to the left. But I don't want to see that.
Looking forward to the Afghan Cup of Nations kicking off on January 13th. Defending champion Senegal, Sadio Mane and company will ride into with the fancy coach, Cameroon's favorite manager in all of world football. A lot of the women them love this coach. I can't even remember her name. Cisse, yes, Cisse. Junior, a notable absentee again from the Afghan, Mr. Wilfred Zaha. The coach, Senate said, your brother, don't forward. We're good without you. Are you surprised that Mr. Wilfred Zaha did not make the cut for Ivory Coast, family?
No, I'm not, because unfortunately, Zaha fall in the Nicolas Anelka, him fall into my boy from Mexico who
Giovanni
turned
Dos
on
Santos?
Mexico. No, yeah,
Carlos Vela?
Bella. Him fall into those brackets where his baggage as a youth probably come back and hurt him. Because I don't
Him
think
too miserable.
I don't think Zaha today will like Zaha 10 years ago. So I think Zaha is I think he's paid the price for his youthful ignorance, which is unfortunate. Okay, he is talented, and Afghan lost a good player.
Ivory Coast versus Guinea-Bissau will kick off. Word is that Papa Sarr picked up an injury today for Spurs, is not as serious as previously thought. So him probably are going to do road said way. The man are still going to rep the Senegalese colours. In fact, we need to break out with Afghan Ghana jersey. Big up to the entire Ghanaian family and Senegal. Looking forward to this tournament. Always look forward to it whenever it's kept. Junior, before we go home and touch some Jamaican football, and another news that occurred while we were away, in fact, before we touch it. European Super League back in the spotlight, Junior. European Court of Justice said that UEFA pretty much cannot stop these teams from joining the Super League. Essentially, a sport development company A22 announces plans for new competition. Of course, A22 is one of the big money sponsors behind the European Super League push. Junior, the usual suspects, Real Madrid and Barcelona and then Bruxelles, are excited about this new opportunity. UEFA came out and put out another statement. Manchester United, Bayern Munich, and others have said that they will remain with UEFA. The significance of this ruling, in your opinion? I mean, we all predicted, some of us predicted that you can't monopolize or tell a man say him can't go play. Why him would play? But no, how does this translate, or does it change the landscape of European football at all? In the sense of, does this now make UEFA more willing to negotiate with these clubs?
I think it forces them. I think it forces UEFA to be more welcoming at the negotiation table because there is a viable threat, right? We see the Italian Serie A come out and said none of them team allowed. Not one of their teams are allowed to go to the Super League. So the UEFA now should, and we should not be blind. We shouldn't be blind to just football or to soccer. It is happening in all the sports. We saw what happened with the Live tournament in golf, right? Where Live, I think Saudi Arabia or India,
the Saudi investment fund with a bag of money, yes.
And PGA fight it until them just accept it and absorb it, right? We saw the same thing we see in the NFL where every year you have the XFL, USFL, all of these things, and now you have the XFL and USFL merger. So that is direct competition to NFL. We see it in all of these sports. And NBA have in Europe, everything. All the sports, because of capitalism, because it's a capitalistic world, that's where we're heading. I'm happy the ruling happened the way it did because the power is now in the hands of the teams and the individual players, and even down to the fans. The power is really in the hands of the fans, where they decide where they want to play, not the governing body. Now, should it happen? I don't think so. I don't support it, but I am happy with the ruling.
So, but one of the main criticism of the European Super League is this commitment, this desire, this money grab, so to speak, by the big clubs. You know, the English Premier League is a cash cow, and by far the most lucrative club league outside of the Champions League. The Serie A, the Bundesliga, La Liga, they cannot compete on that financial scale with the EPL, right? So,
Right.
so this is why you have a man like Unai Emery, for example. He took a job at a mid-table team in the Premier League, Aston Villa, from a club where he won the Europa League with when he was at Villarreal or whatever those clubs. Because the level of investment and the amount of money he will make in the Premier League is much better. Now, but with that being said, is it, and the same thing we saw like reports of Inter Milan struggling financially, almost on the verge of bankruptcy by some reports. I mean, if the Super League is not a solution to solve this money issue, Junior, then what else? What does UEFA need to do to keep some of these clubs above water?
I hinted at this a couple weeks ago. I am going to maintain my stance. I see world soccer, club soccer. I use the word soccer purposely. I see European club soccer going the way of the NFL. I see the age range of players going down. I see the older, more talented players getting aged out of the European soccer leagues because the money is too big. They have to reset the market. I think Mbappe is going to be the last big transfer in the world.
Okay.
I really do. I really think that they're going to reset the market. I am foreseeing a cap coming to these leagues. I'm really seeing that. And I can't even foresee where they're going to say, English Premier League teams are going to say, you, UEFA, cannot tell me what my cap is in England. And UEFA going to say, fine, I don't care about your league teams. But for you to play in the Champions League, you cannot have a salary of over, a total player salary of over 200 million for the year. So you can buy up everybody where you want to buy up for your own league, but to play in the Champions League, make sure you work your money around or your players around that them fall under the cap, or you pay the luxury tax like they do in the NBA, where you decide to pay the luxury tax if you're going to go above it. I think that's what's going to happen. There's no way all of this money is getting thrown around and players getting all of these money. There's no way you have players like Sancho sitting there getting £300,000 a week and sitting at home. He's on
video games.
He's on video dancing with a cocaine or whatever she want name while Manu lose yesterday. He's on video at a club.
But that is not Sancho's personal decision. That's a decision of the.
It is not. But eventually, the leagues are going to protect the clubs from themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe it will take a Everton going bankrupt or one of those big name teams that everybody storied teams for the rubber to hit the road. But I'm telling you, reform is coming.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, I agree. At some point, you're going to hit that cap, hit that upper limit. You can't just keep going willy-nilly. Have £300,000 baller sitting a week, baller sitting and not playing. So you have to make sure you kind of... And so the EPL already has this, this thing that they implemented, the profitability and sustainability rules, which is what Everton violated. That's why they deduct 10 points pending some sort of appeal, and ultimately there's a lot at stake here. Big up to my brethren Damon and the entire agent family. There's been a push on the side of UEFA and FIFA, more specifically to try to cap agent fees in different market space, because they said that the agent fees regarding some of these transfers have been one of the big eating to this whole scenario of inflated price, So I don't know, but here comes another variable in this whole thing. It's a lot of money. Football is like I say, a money football. We just have to watch the space and see how this thing translates. Again, European Court of Justice ruled. Said that FIFA, UEFA abused dominant position by forbidding clubs from joining a breakaway league. A landmark EU ruling could change the way soccer is run. Sport development company A22 announced plans for new competition. Real Madrid, Barcelona says ruling opens way for new league. Man United, Bayern Munich says that they remain committed to UEFA. And this is an article written by Bart Mehir and Rohit Nahir in Reuters. So watch the space, family. We're going to see how this one go. But I agree with you. You can't keep going at the level it is. You can't. And the ramifications are far-reaching because we're going to pivot right as to the MLS. Speaking of money and people getting well for money just for this. Lionel Messi and Argentina. Argentina FA President Mr. Claudio Tapia says, quote, when Messi retires from national team, we will not allow another one to wear the number 10 after him. This number will be retired for life in his honor. End quote. Junior, what kind of foolishness? What kind of pluckery is this, brother?
It is utter garbage. And I said it earlier. If you are a supporter of this ruling or this possible decision, then you're a damn idiot. You don't have any sense. The number 10 is such a sacred number, right? And look at all the players that wore number 10. You know what? Let's cut to the chase. Mr. Diego Armando Maradona, that them buried in Argentina a couple of years ago, and the whole world stopped for Diego Maradona. And you did that. Nobody came and said, you know what? Maybe nobody should wear the number 10 ever again. But just because Messi is a cash cow. We're living in a capitalistic world right now. We're living in a world where of social media and views and data. We are very data driven right now as a society, right? So if you are a driver of data, if you're a driver of metadata, if anybody work in the big data space knows about metadata, if you're a driver of metadata, you are very profitable. And this is what we are seeing right now. And it's very unfortunate. I worry for where the world is going for these type of knee-jerk reactions because, like, you're living in the now. And I asked this question earlier. Messi is going to retire and him gone, right? Gone off in the sunset. Ballchat and the whole world is going to move on to Mbappe and Haaland and being the best and blah, blah, blah. When the next Messi forward, what number is Argentina going to give him? You can't wear number 10 because Leo Messi is reserved for Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
But then, why would ever retire Maradona number? Like, why is it 10 only associated with Messi? Other than we're living in the world of NFTs. And like we say, it is a big data. If you know about NFTs, it's sad. It's very unfortunate.
No, but the ultimate thing is this. I mean, Argentina's number 10 belong to Argentinian players.
Yes.
There are so many players who Juan Ramon Riquelme, Pablo Aimar, Messi. If you go back to the 78 team, I mean, so many players who wore this number 10 and did it with pride. And you have a next generation of ballers who coming down the line. And you tell me that you're about to retire this number 10 after this brother retire. That is foolishness. And isn't there a FIFA stipulation at the World Cup that the number is from 1 to 23? So what am I doing with 10?
Yes, yes.
What am I going to do with 10? Am I going to do 10A? I mean, it's an unnecessary foolishness. And I hope that he requires some sort of approval from the actual FA, and I hope the actual FA has some sense and said this is foolishness. Because at the end of the day, if a club wants to retire a player's number, fine. If Newell's Old Boy or Barcelona or Inter Miami want to retire the number 10, fine. That is their private collection. They want to do a private entity. They want to do whatever. But when you talk about Argentina number 10, Argentina is a nation of millions of people, generation and generation of players. This 10 belong to the people of Argentina and not Lionel Messi. And subsequently, there are other players who will come after him who aspire to wear this jersey. It's just foolishness. A foolishness, brother, in the end of the year. All right, Jamaican football right now. Talking about foolishness, Junior. Big up JPL standing. And this was Mount Pleasant still at the top. Normally, Cameroon would update the family understanding. But Cameroon is not here today. Mount Pleasant at the top. But more importantly, Moulins off the bottom. Treasure Beach and Lime Hall down the bottom. The relegation zone. You know what? I think based on the trend and the trajectory, Mount Pleasant might looking to win this thing, win the regular season title, and may even repeat as defending champs. Who knows? But notably, I don't know what's going on with half of you because them weird down, sir. Don't know what's going on with half of you. Weird down, sir.
Development pipeline, the infrastructure is not in place in Jamaica for teams to be consistently successful. You have to go through generations. You have to go through players or go through admins that in their period of time or their patch of time, they decide they want to take it to the next level. Because you talk about Harborview down the bottom. When last see a violent kickers on them team, I would have played some ball.
Don't bring up Reno still. Don't bring up Reno.
I was waiting for Reno. Don't worry. Reno was coming next. So, I mean, Jamaican football, we just have to look at it in a time box. And you can say, you had great Cavalier teams. Well, look at Cavalier now. I mean, damn. So, it's just, yeah.
Just updating the scores. Normally, Cameron would update the family. New Year's Eve games, Mobile and Montego Bay and Harborview 2-2. Those games probably have wrapped up. This was last check. Mount Pleasant 1-0 over Humble Lion. Portmore 2-0 over Arnett. Yo, the Jungle is them lose to Portmore. Tivoli Gardens over Lime Hall and Veer United over Treasure Beach. I like what Treasure Beach is doing. And Waterhouse was leading Moulins, but let's see how that goes. Cavaliers and the other, look at either team I play right now. But Junior, before we go, we have to celebrate and acknowledge Jamaican football accomplishments for 2023. We're going to do a wrap show. One of the biggest accomplishments for the year, of course, his work with the Reggae Girls team for the Women's World Cup, but his subsequent appointment as the head coach of Chicago Red Star in the National Women's Soccer League here in the state. Boy, Junior Lawrence supposed to get a big check now. He's supposed to get all his money now. Nobody can hold on to his money.
He has cashed in. And
he has cashed in.
Yeah, and we're very happy that him cash in. Right? I mean, he has gotten his just due, finally. Right? The man put in work, man.
Look at the big smile, big up yourself. Big up Lord, big up yourself.
Never smile. Never smile.
Yeah. Big up yourself, wherever they hopefully might drink a red stripe and enjoy himself. We want to salute Jamaican football accomplishments again for 2023. Before we go on, we have to close out with these two. Leon and Bonnie Shaw Jr. Bonnie Shaw there's a Man City podcast, family, check it out. Bonnie Shaw, they featured Bonnie on it. She shared her story from going from preventing from playing football. Of course, mother don't know enough of our yard for her parents don't want to play ball, but Bonnie Shaw went from not being allowed to play football to goal machine. Junior, your thoughts on the year of the general herself, Reggae Girls leader, Jamaican all-time goal scorer.
So I'm gonna put aside the gripe I have with the admin side, right?
Wait, Junior, hold on.
No. Save the comment a bit. We end the show with that comment. Hold on. This is the Body Shaw moment. With that, big up BM. We still talk about what BM said, but I knew I was going to set up your blood pressure. But big up to Bodisha, the footballer. Big up to Khadija Bodisha. We talk about Marta, and you hear the American media talk about what Marta has meant for young girls in the sport. Well, move over Marta, because somebody is actually more influential than you. Not in terms of space, not in terms of a grandiose space, but in terms of individual accomplishments or individual inspiration. Martha's inspiration to young girls appeals to what Khadija Shah did. And I know I should say those are the views of Junior.
Please do.
Those are the views of Junior and all the Jamaican diehard people out there. But what Khadija Shah has done for young Caribbean girls, not only Jamaican girls, because the taboo and the negative connotation that goes with the female in the sport, in this sport, in the region, is not only affecting Jamaicans. So when you have a young girl in Grenada, a young girl in St. Kitts, love Marta but cannot relate to Marta, look at Bonisha and can relate to Bonisha. And that's why I say her influence, because of where she is now and where she's coming from, and those before her, the accomplishments of those before her. So if you are planning to send me any hate mail about Marta, Katia, Pretinia, and Cece will have a conversation with you. Don't come talk to me about Brazil women's football if you don't know Katia, Pretinia, and Cece. The original number 10 for Brazil. Ballhead, number 10. Baller from 1999 World Cup. So Marta is standing on the shoulders of great Brazilian footballers before her. Bonnie Shaw is giving the shoulder for the next great Jamaican footballer. Big up Bonnie Shaw.
Big up Bunny, big up Bun. We haven't going to touch on one day now. We have to salute Bun. And of course, just to highlight the emphasis, there's a very, very powerful image from the 2023 Women's FIFA World Cup with Marta and Bunny Shaw holding a reason, and Marta passing on the info. So big up yourself to the legend herself, Marta. But Bunny, Bun, we don't know, we love you. Go on, do you think? And we saluting Jamaican footballers' accomplishment this year, and we can't leave out Leon Bailey. It's a youth where we criticize relentlessly for not stepping forward, at least I have, relentlessly for not stepping forward with the Reggae Boys. But Leon Bailey, outstanding display for Aston Villa, brother. Big up yourself. And you can send me all Leon Bailey hate mail. I love watching him play week in and week out for Aston Villa. This almost reminds me of the Bayer Leverkusen's Leon Bailey that I used to watch. Outstanding display. Junior, what you have to say about the year for the youth?
I big up Leon Bailey. Big up Leon Bailey. He's one of the male footballers that have an outstanding year. And I respect what you said, Benton. But if you're going to wax lyrically about Leon Bailey, you have to wax lyrically about Damari Gray. Because if Damari Gray wasn't playing for Jamaica, we would not be having this conversation.
Yeah,
right?
we're just going to give Leon Bailey his roses and leave. Any baller who would decide to throw a temper tantrum in Canada when we need him the most for the semi-final.
Stop it.
But most importantly, if not grab and take. So we will forgive Damari Gray any day and make him come play some ball for the semi-final.
So speaking of grab and take.
Yes.
BM says, what are your thoughts on Greenwood and Reese Nelson possibly joining the Reggae Boys?
Reese Nelson can forward any day. Any day.
You want to take Greenwood?
Greenwood, no.
You are a crazy man.
I'm not into it. And my reasoning is this. Yo, we don't want, and I've said it a million times and I will say it again. We don't want no man who are run around here and a grab up a woman them and take up what they want. And secondly, we don't want a man who are come around here who never wanted to play for the reggae boys when they were clean. When they were clean, the reggae boys were nowhere in their commitment. But now them dirty. Them want to come play for reggae boys. We have bigger fish to fry.
When Ravel Morrison was the apple of Alex Ferguson's eye, he never thought about coming to play for Jamaica. But Ravel Morrison famously had that bust up on the field for England, and he has never seen that England jersey since. He has come now and played for Jamaica. Leon Bailey, big up Craig Butler for having a great year in football for Jamaica as well. We have to big up Craig Butler for the accomplishment of winning the Manning Cup. But anyway, when Craig Butler was running around and floating the idea of Leon Bailey can play for Belgium and blah, 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 I kind of chopping this. And then FIFA or whoever came out and said, look, don't go say, you can only play for Jamaica. Shut the hell up. He came and played for Jamaica. If Leon Bailey could have still played for Belgium under Craig Butler's thoughts, he would have never played. He still haven't played for Jamaica as yet. So, Greenwood to Jamaica, yes.
And those are very valid point, but them the dirty as don't grab and take man around here. We want
Ravel
to make
Morrison,
sure the woman them can come to the ball game and nobody now grab them and
didn't Ravel Morrison beat up him? I should no, sorry. I apologize. Even though it was adjudicated, but you know Ravel Morrison.
You know, so actually, Ravel Morrison shouldn't forward enough.
Because he has his history, right?
So that's my position on it. I know I don't have a decision to make. I just know I decide. I mean, it is what it is in life. I wish the youth nothing but all the best, though.
Yes.
I wish him nothing but all the best, because ultimately I think him back at Manchester United can restart his career. It sounds like a youth who try fix things. You know, you make mistakes in a life, and him and him lady I try. It sounds like they've moved on from that scenario. So wish him all the best, just not for the reggae boys. Final show for 2020. Final show for 2023, Junior. I tell the people I'm happy new year and all the best for 2024 and whatever else we want to tell them before we go my way out.
Yeah, man. Here's looking to another successful year, calendar year, 2024. For all those out there that have been watching Ballchat, if you're a new subscriber, if you're an old subscriber, you don't know, big up yourself. Happy New Year. From my family to yours, have fun, be safe, get ready for 2024. It's a leap year. 2024 is a leap year. Whatever that means for you, let us make it be prosperous.
We have an inside joke here, family. Whatever it means for you. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So, I big up Richard Green. Richard Green's Happy New Year. Salute everybody out there. We made it. Big up to those who lost somebody this year. Fortunately, Ballchat did not suffer that direct. But we surely there's somebody out there that had somebody that they've lost this year that never make it to 2024. Thoughts and prayers go to them. But all of us make it to 2024. We have breath. If you have breath in your body, go out there, strive for what you want, and be successful. Go out there and get what you want. Get what you want out of life.
Yeah, man. Give thanks. I mean, another wonderful year. Give thanks to the subscribers for always tuning in week in and week out. It doesn't matter where we are in the world, family. Subscribers will link us and say, yo, welcome to the show this week. So we always try to put together a very good package for you guys. And we are appreciative of the support week in and week out. Big up Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, even Crystal Palace fans. Big up on yourself. AC Milan fans, big up. We know when to listen. Thank you all for the new subscribers all across this globe. Big up on yourself. Thank you. And I want to echo Junior sentiment, you know. Love, live, enjoy, full joy on yourself. Treasure the moments, family. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do and give thanks. Give thanks for the moments. Give thanks for the energy as always, you know. Richard Green said, quick question. Do you think that Aston Villa should sign Pinnock? Ethan Pinnock Jr., quick question. You know what? They could use him. Going on a British talk here. They could use him. Hey, what do you have to lose? I mean, defensively we worried about, but can they play the high line? I don't know if I see Ethan Pinnock in that high defensive line. You know, Emi Martinez said the other day that he has to run around like the most in his life playing this high line because he has to be ready. But they need defensive reinforcement because we know Matty Cash is not up to scratch. They put Konsa out at right back and he's struggling. Partour has picked up an injury and I think he's trying to work his way back. We don't know how good he is coming back. Diego Carlos still trying to get himself back into it. Is that a needed era though, Junior? Ethan Pinnock?
Even if it's a needed era, Benton, if you take Ethan Pinnock and put him in the Aston Villa squad and everybody is healthy, is Ethan Pinnock in the top 2 or top 3 centre backs on that team?
In the top 2 or top 3 centre backs in his team?
And Aston
Villa, yes, he would start.
Okay, well, go there and sign him then.
Yeah, but all right, because big up, Adrian Rogers says, give thanks and same to the guys. Bless up, one love. Big up to the family. One love as always, family. Ethan Pinnock, Douglas Luiz, because we talk about Ethan Pinnock. Does Douglas Luiz remain at Aston Villa this window? And if Douglas Luiz does leave, that means the Ethan Pinnock sweepstake out the window, right? Because you have to go get Douglas Luiz's replacement.
No, but then you can get the money. You're going to get money for Douglas Luiz that you're supposed to cash in.
Was it Arsenal that pursued Douglas Luiz religiously at the close of some transfer window? Was it last year's transfer window?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So we know Thomas Partey. What is going on with Thomas Partey? Because we cannot expect Declan Rice to keep playing at the clip he's playing, right?
Declan Rice don't have a history of breaking down. So until he proves that, until he break down, we can assume that he can continue at that clip. We can assume he can be Iron Man.
So so with the EPL and Champions League.
Yeah, because if that will last long in Champions League.
Okay, all right.
Whatever. But Ethan Pinnock, all right. If Aston Villa, it all comes down to what Unai Emery's goal is and what Aston Villa's goal is. Because Aston Villa's ownership can say, yo, we're happy with the top 4 this year, get the money and we can cash in and we're good enough. Because top half of the table is our priority. So we don't spend the money next year, right? So it all depends on what their ambitions are. Because we talk about the money football and how clubs drain money. So is Aston Villa, do they feel like they have enough support financially to take on the Isle money of Man City, the Isle money of Newcastle, the heritage of Manchester United, the heritage of Arsenal, the heritage of Chelsea?
Yeah, hold on. Is it we not zooming, so I need to put up my hand. The man just a heritage.
Heritage because there's no money for Manchester United and Manchester United and Chelsea and not Arsenal, Manchester United and Chelsea, they are not a competitive team. But if you are Aston Villa and you said you want to compete in top 6, you have to be able to sign a Paqueta from West Ham over Chelsea. You have to be able to sign Caicedo.
You have to be
Chelsea.
able to attract those big players. Yes.
Yeah, if you can't attract the big players, no matter worry about top 6.
Yeah,
Just be happy with the top. So that's a decision you have to make. Leicester try after it, they swap to Leicester a couple of years later, right? So these teams don't have to really sit down and make a real fiscal decision. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see. But I mean, if you are Ethan Pinnock and this opportunity presents itself, you run with it.
If I am Ethan Pinnock, I'm going to look. If I am Ethan Pinnock, handlers or people will support him or talk to him directly, I'm going to look at Ethan Pinnock and say, what the brother name? What the Trinity forward name, man? Jeez, and P.
Which team?
I think he was to play for Sunderland. The Trinity striker that turned down, was it Liverpool or Arsenal? Kenwyn Jones. Remember, Kenwyn Jones turned down a move to Liverpool, I believe, you know.
I remember when he was red hot and there was Kenwyn Jones.
Liverpool
big up Richard Green. Richard Green says Jones. Yeah, man. Yeah, Kenwyn.
Liverpool was after Kenwyn Jones. I remember it clearly. And him said, no, me good. So if I am
Pinnock.
Take a chance, Pinnock. Don't be Kenwyn Jones. Don't be Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy turned down Arsenal.
And I thought Liverpool too was interested in him also.
Yes, but Arsenal was in the front. He was lock, stock, and ready to go to Arsenal. But Kenwyn Jones, I remember Tyrone. Remember when I played Sunday ball and we there Sunday ball and Tyrone sit down and talk about this Kenwyn Jones. How Kenwyn Jones are going to play for Liverpool. This was when them go through I could eat that name when them get from Newcastle. All names are slipping now. End of the year. What about for the new year? My computer will reset. But Liverpool went through that period where Kenwyn Jones was the ideal baller. And the man said, I never forget it. His camp, whoever decided, they never wanted a transfer. I was like, what? So Pinnock, don't do it. Go. Aston Villa forward, go. No stay. Go. Get your money.
Take your money and run with it. Run with it. Since someone brought up Pinnock and transfer window opens tomorrow, and sure, with a long time we don't reason about no football and we love the sport and we are well a reason.
Yeah.
Conor Gallagher. Word is that Tottenham is looking to execute a move for Conor Gallagher from Chelsea. How is this attractive for Chelsea? Chelsea need to fix the books. Of course, Conor Gallagher is an academy player who comes through their system. So a transfer of Conor Gallagher will ultimately be something beneficial for them financially, since they didn't have to pay nobody else to develop it.
And only that, if them really come for him, you can charge an arm and a leg.
I think the offer is looking at £40 million.
If not worth 15.
But would you do it, Junior?
I wouldn't do it. Would I sell him or would I buy?
I mean, if you're Chelsea, will you let Conor Gallagher go?
Hell yeah!
Word is he's the best player on this team. No. Well,
Benton. I know we're reasoning right now, right? But we watch football every week. You shouldn't have to say word is. It's either he is or he isn't. Is Conor gonna be? If you ever say word is Benton, we are selling. We're selling you. What? If word is, but not to the word about. What is your production on the field? If I take you off the field, am I losing a lot? No. So go on, brother, go on. Two teams need to cut them teams down drastically. Chelsea need to cut them roster down. Nottingham Forest need to cut them roster down. Them should have the fire sale sign on all of the windows, them, on everywhere. Them two teams should be transfer window open. 12 o'clock midnight in England is what? 4 hours away, 5 hours away.
Yeah, 5 hours. Yeah.
Somebody's supposed to sit on right for the phone.
It's actually 18 minutes away right now. Because what, 11:42 p.m. now.
Yeah, 18 minutes. So I'm telling you, the Nottingham Forest guys and the Chelsea guys, they better what listen to Whisper commentary or talk about Whisper. Him sit on the right now, listen to the show and say, yo, you know, these guys are funny. But I can't wait for you to hear this call and say, yo, who you want? They're supposed to sell everybody.
Richard asks, what do we think of Whisper? I think Whisper has. I don't know if you want to take this one on first, Junior. But I mean, if you want me to go first or not. I think Whisper need minutes, need valuable time on the field. So a lone move. If I don't see him getting game time in Chelsea right now. And ultimately a lone move, or he's playing for the academy team. But somehow he needs to be playing football in January. Yes. Competitive football. Whether it's championship like Whisper Chelsea, loan the Italian kid. I can't even remember his name. That was at the U20 World Cup. He was with Reading for a while. So I don't care. Whisper needs to be playing competitive football in January.
I agree. He needs to see big league speed, playing speed. I think Whisper falls in the category of young player with potential, but he needs to see. I think every day that he does not see game speed at the level that he's aspiring to is a day that he loses in his potential. So I agree with you. He just needs to play football. As far as I'm concerned, Whisper hasn't played any football in years. As far as I'm concerned. If you're talking about big league, he hasn't started playing football yet.
Yeah.
So if the longer you take, is the closer you get to losing that young player adjective. And if you lose that young player adjective, wherever you are, that is where your playing level is. That's it. So it need playing time.
Yeah, so Richard said he's training with the first team, and those are the reports that we've heard, and I've seen videos, and that's all good and well. But training with the first team, for me, is not good enough. You need to be able to play football games competitively week in and week out.
Yes.
If you are training with the first team and then you come sit down on the bench and the coach name you in a match day squad and occasionally getting a ball game. For young player development, the most important thing they can do is minutes on the field. And especially... Go ahead, Junior.
And it will be nice if you get named to a match day squad, because that means I'm sure something in training that is worth that spot. But also, the training argument, Richard, Tom Huddleston, if you remember Tom Huddleston, he had first team training with Manchester United the other day. First team training, they really... And we've heard it many times from many players. During the season, first team training is just a glorified get-together. They're not doing anything crazy in first team training until the off-season. So Whisper is behind.
Yeah, Whisper needs to start playing football. And I'm sure Bullhead and company, aka Craig Butler, will be very proactive in making sure that him get some football. Because ultimately, this is where the speed of the game and all them things they know are going to start kicking. Junior, other transfer news, and before we go my way, Newcastle is in a spot of bother. Any business, anything them need to do this starting tonight? Do they need to deal with anything? Do they need to go get a replacement, a backup, somebody to give Kieran Trippier some sort of help, brother?
I think they need to sit down with Eddie Howe and decide where their future lies. I think that's where they should start. What if Newcastle has peaked under Eddie Howe already? If they have peaked under Eddie Howe, if last year was the best that I can get from Eddie Howe, we need to figure this out. If you can give me more than last year, then yes, let's talk about replenishing the squad. Let's talk about moving this player on and then investing in this other player. But you need to prove to me that you are worth a second look at the squad.
Yeah. All right, family. Big up to our listeners again. We already wish everyone 2024 the best of things in 2024. Junior, anything else you want to say before we go my yard?
Gonna be yard. We're
going to yard, brother. Yo, people, big up on yourself. Yo, know what I wrote there? If you not drink, don't drive. Not drive, don't drink. That's what I'm saying. No, it's enough I look at yard people. Don't act like Sting 2023 where a man get kicked off a stage, you know.
And I Galaxy P jump off a stage, so.
Yeah, I don't act like a General B a performer.
General B.
Man just drop in a hole. From them I push him off a stage and him a drop through a hole. I don't know what's going on with them.
Big Nicky. If said him Nicky go to school with Salama that Nicky got a man yard. Hey man jump to the wall. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yo, but people, be safe out in them streets. 2024 is up on us, family. Just be safe. Take care of yourself, take care of the family, take care of the loved ones around, you know. Do the best you can. Execute. Don't wait. And give thanks to the subscribers as always. Connect with us on Instagram at Ballchat Podcast. We're on Twitter at Ballchat1. Well, X them call it. No, we're at Ballchat1. We're on Facebook at Ballchat. Junior, all the best for the 2024 family. We see you again next week, brother. Chat safely out the road, you know. All right, bless up.